My dear friend, good morning to everybody on this channel that is known as Kafir International Organization. Today we will discuss about the OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries. This organization having 57 countries which are the member of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, not countries, and only 44 countries are Muslim majority in this world, not 57 countries as the peoples are generally assumed. Yeah, assume. Actually, what is this Organization of Islamic Cooperation? This is a group of the countries which are the member of this organization. Doesn't mean that all these countries having the Muslim majority countries, because only 44 countries are the Muslim country majority countries in 57 countries. Even though Philippines having the only 4% Muslim population is the member of OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Guyana is a very few percentage of Muslim, much lesser than the Hindus, but he is the member of the Islamic country. And 12 other countries, excluding these two countries, are having the minority Muslims, but they are a member of Organization Islamic Cooperation, not countries. So this is a dilemma in many Muslims and non-Muslims that there are 57 Islamic countries in this world. This is not true, or this is not truth or a reality. Reality is that the only 44% are Muslims, majority country in this world. But there is some abstraction of the 44 countries, because Iran only having the 34% Muslim according to census. So we cannot say that there are 44 Muslim majority country, because the many Muslims country, the peoples are living the Islam as in Iran, Lebanon and other Libya, Egypt, particularly Lebanon, Iran and Egypt are one of these countries which are Muslims are minorities. Even the Syria is living the Islam, the large number of people living the Islam. What is the cause of living the Islam in the Islamic countries? As you are or we are well aware that in Islamic countries the people are on the threshold of rigidness and humanitarian values. Even we have seen the Taliban regime, the women were lashes so many times for only the minuscule cause that she don't wear a burqa or uh, burqa, a cloth for the woman. Only the eye can see through a knit, little knitting material. The burqa clad woman in the humidity, not so humidity, but the warm temperature of the Afghanistan is too pathetic to the Muslim woman. So this is why there are so many custom in Islam which is very, very fanatic and very, very against the humanity. You must aware the Mahazi Amini, who was the Kurd Muslim, was slaughtered or brutally murdered by the uh, police, the religious police of the Iran. What type of this religious police who killed Mahazamani Kurd woman due to his hair was not closed or under tied in a cloth or turban like cloth, handkerchief like cladding cloth. He was beaten, and this is not as morally policing. Is there any moral in Islam? I think no or never. Because Prophet Muhammad Sahib moral was only to looting the caravans of the non-Muslims. He usually looted the caravans of his own Quraysh tribe people. That was the Abu Sufyan was the rich businessman who usually gone to on the Silk Route for his trade with the camel caravans, with the women's, with their cattles or cattle feed or livestock. But when and then Muhammad found he tried to loot it the Abu Sufyan, the resultant was the war of Badr or known as Zange Badr. So this organization of Islamic Corporation is totally a group of the fanatics and only to distort the peace of this world. Because according to Islamic ideology, these Islamic country are following the ideology of Prophet Muhammad. That is the robbery against the non-Muslim wealth. So as called as Maliganimat. So this group is only to blackmailing the non-Muslim countries or non-Muslim population of the world. We have seen the Nupur Sharma case that the Qatar and so many Arabian countries were trying to boycott the Indian products. This is the fanaticism. And if you are there to boycott the Indian product, then why you are taking our Indian product in the name of meat of Indian origin? Many vaccine, even you have taken the vaccine, the COVID vaccine. This is the shameless people and shameless fellows who are taking our medicines, our technology, our foodstuffs, our livestock, and even the technicians are going from India to maintain their countries. Because Islam never gives any single penny to any non-Muslim. This is strictly prohibited in non-Muslims. In Islam, that you cannot give any charity to non-Muslim according to Quran jurisprudence. If any Muslim donate the some rupees or some wealth to the temples, synagogue, or the church, or any other type of worship places of any community, this is his own effort only, because he is a good person. But according to Islam, he is not a good person. He is not a good Muslim, because he donated to the temples or donates the temples and other non-Muslim religious worship places, means he is not true Muslim according to Islam. Because in Islam, the first lesson is the hate against the non-Muslims. This is why when Nupur Sharma disclosed the real facts of the Quran and Hadith, that the Prophet Muhammad was 50 years old when he married or engaged with Aisha bint Abu Bakr in the age of 6, and he consummated Aisha at the age of 9 years old. This is the truth and is written in Islamic jurisprudence, that is known as authenticated hadith, as Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, and so many Hadith as Ibn Ishaq, Ibn Isam, Al-Tabri, Al-Jalalain. So many hadiths are there in Islam. When Nupur Sharma discloses the truth of the Islam, why these Islamic countries, especially Qatar, was annoyed. Is Qatar people does not know about the Prophet Muhammad Sahib, what he did in his life? Are you trying to hide the reality of Prophet Muhammad? Whenever the deeds of Prophet Muhammad are allotted by so-called Allah, who created by Muhammad by own choice for his vested interest, why such type of hypocrisy inhibits in the Qatar government? Certainly they are ashamed. Nupur Sharma disclosed the real face of the Islam or real face of the Prophet Muhammad. But this real face, the Nupur Sharma not only the single woman who disclosed this real face or real deeds or evil deeds of Prophet Muhammad. This is belong to your Hadith or your jurisprudence, which is described in your books. Then why any non-Muslim or the kafir, if he will disclose the real fact of the Islam, how it can be blasphemy? How it can be a prestige matter to the Muslim countries? Actually, these people are so shameless, having so thick skin, they cannot bear the reality, because reality or the face of dark Islam is so dark and unhealing face, because according to Islamic jurisprudence, Quran cannot be reformed. So this dark face is totally uncleaned, cannot be washed, because this book direct come from the Allah, who is so cruel and tyrant, who always allow to kill the Muslims in the name of Islam. So Nupur Sharma disclosed the same as was written in your Quranic, not in Quran, but this description in Hadith, not in Quran. So many Hadiths described that the Aisha age was 6. She was playing with the dolls when Prophet Muhammad came to his house. She has some disease, she has some fever at that time, and her hair were thinner or vanished at that time due to the fever. It is written in Hadith. So why the Qatars or Islamic countries were screaming against the Nupur Sharma? If the Nupur Sharma is stated the wrong, then this is your duty to ask to the government of India to take action against the Nupur Sharma. Because if she was wrong, then it is the blasphemy or defame the Prophet Muhammad. But she told, or her narration was as same as 100% same as written in your Hadith. In many Hadiths, it has been written that Aisha was only 6 years old. So this is the hypocrisy and the aristocrat attitude of the Muslim or Islamic countries, because Islam only teaches them the hypocrisy, dictatorship, aristocraticship, and the bunches of lies fairy tale. This is why these all Islamic country now is under dilemma or under in unconsciousness what is happening nowadays. After reading Quran, I have read Quran so many times, even more than many Islamic scholar. I have read Al Jalalain, Al Tabri, so many hadiths time to time as per requirement, and I knew that this book is totally a fanatic book, and this group on the base of the Islam, that is non-OIC, is a totally a goonism against the non-Muslim public in their countries, respective countries, and throughout the world. And those liberals who are propagating the candle march in favor of Muslims and Islam, totally they are the hypocritic people. Or either they are stupid or they are cunning. Because every person now is knower the realistic thoughts of Islam due to many YouTube channels and many other jurisprudence which is described in internet sites. And as I purchased so many books of the Islamic jurisprudence, so this is not a willing fact, this is now unveiled that what has been written in Islam, what did the Prophet Muhammad during his lifetime. No Islamic country can defend the Prophet's deeds, which were so unhealthy to the humanity as so sale and purchase of the woman, looting or the robbing the woman of in war. After victory, they put the woman as his right hand possesses and pushed them into sex slavery or brothel. Even though if a Muslim can kill a non-Muslim, he will go to Jannat or the heaven. What a fanatic values of the Islam, which created nuisance throughout the world. This is the real face of Islam. And this is not my own choice that I am stating such type of real face of Islam. This all has been written in Islamic jurisprudence, Quran, and many Islamic hadiths as Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, Al Jalalain, Al Tabri, so many books. As Ibn father and son due. So organization of Islamic country is totally based on the hypocritic value of the Islam to devastate the whole humanity, peace and harmony among the Muslims and the non-Muslims. Because after reading the Quran, the Muslims are spreading hate against the non-Muslims because the teaching of Islam just alike. We cannot prevent hate spreading speeches from the Islamic scholars because they are doing the same as did their beloved Rasulullah or Prophet Muhammad bin Abdullah. The realistic face of Islam is totally inhumanitarian on ground, and it debunked the peace and harmony theory of the world. This is why the survival of non-Muslims in the Islamic country is very, very hard. It's very, very difficult. Even India, the Hindu majority country, have a Waqf Board Act 1995. According to this act, Waqf Board of the Muslims can put hand on any other property of any non-Muslim. And the non-Muslim have to prove that this property belongs to me, not the Waqf Board. And the judge in Waqf Board, all the members are Muslim, the judge is the Muslim. How we can hope that a non-Muslim can get justice, because Islam is a property snatcher. Islam is a land encroacher of this world. Not only land, but only all the worship places. Especially in India, there are 50,000 temples were encroached by this jihadi powers of the Islam, which is very, very fanatic and unrealistic in context of humanity, peace and harmony against the non-Muslims. A single verse in Quran is not that reflects that the Quran does respect the non-Muslim. Even a single verse, there is no single verse in favor of non-Muslims. If you are not Muslim, then this is brotherhood. If you are not you are not Muslim, you are not brother. Because so many verses has dignified this evil hate spreading ideology that a Muslim must not be compared to a non-Muslims, because one Muslim is equal to 10 non-Muslim. This is the hypocritical value of the Islam and the treacherous ideology against the non-Muslim throughout the world. Why these liberals, which liberals are favoring the Islam and its doctrine in the name of liberalism of the freedom of speech? They are also the monster who are propagating this ideology, who desecrated so many temples versus place of the non-Muslim synagogue and the fire temples and the Bahi temples. So many temples were desecrated by this Islamic ideology, and who are screaming in India that BJP is screaming Hindu, Muslim, Hindu, nothing else. BJP does not BJP does not do even a single hate speech or ideology, because BJP was established in 1985 and the Islam launched 610 AD by Prophet Muhammad Sai by his own voice. So in many countries where the BJP is not present, there is also hate spread ideology persist. As in Pakistan, many minorities, women were looted every day and they were raped by the Muslims, especially in Pakistan and Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Taliban is not good because he is following the same ideology which followed by Prophet Muhammad, known as Islam. So we must think that what this, oh, I see, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. This is a totally Gunism for hiding the evil deeds of Islamic ideology and Prophet Muhammad ideology. Thank you. See you. I hope you will see my channel, will subscribe and put the bell icon so every notification you will get very soon. Thank you very much. See you. Goodbye.